Hey, what is up, everyone? It is Rich. All right, welcome to 10 Minutes with. So, we're following the influence chain. So, we've gone from Neal Adams to Bill Sienkiewicz. Now, we're going to creep into some Simon Bisley. Now, Bisley obviously has other influences besides Bill Sienkiewicz. And I don't even know for a fact that Bisley is influenced by Sienkiewicz, but he did enough wild stuff. And I picked stuff that I thought really sort of was reminiscent, not this piece in particular, but was reminiscent of Bill's work as Bill's work moved along and Bill became more of Bill, which is very off the rails with just crazy stuff. But Bisley definitely, in my opinion, has a lot of Frazetta in his work as well. But what we're trying to do is we're following Neal Adams to Sienkiewicz to Bisley, and then one of a person that I think maybe was influenced by Bisley, and then we'll end this influence chain for now. But if you know any other artists that you think Bisley is influenced by, I mean, Keith Giffen seems to be one. There's a few like Marvel, or not Marvel, but 2000 AD artists that I'm not as familiar with that probably influenced the BIZ. So it'd be fun to hear what you guys think. And Bisley is incredibly influential for sure. There's a lot of artists that were influenced by Simon. We can actually really zoom. Oh, sorry, I meant to zoom in more. Really get a big shot of this. But Simon is great. Funny story happened to me when I was at Wildstorm and I had first started to learn to pencil. I was talking to Jim Lee one day, and he was looking at my stuff and he said, like, well, who are your influences? And I said, well, Brian Boland. This was a long time ago. I said probably Boland, Travis. I don't remember who it was. They were all kind of similar, tight artists. And he goes, you need someone wild in the mix, like Simon Bisley. And that always stuck with me because I love Simon's stuff. I never really considered myself that like what would you call it, like almost like insane with art. Like art was always something that I felt like I controlled. Bisley is like he's a great combination of tight but loose, and just it's ballsy stuff, super aggressive. So I've always remembered that Jim Lee, and I hope to be able to fuse the energy of it. So this is a Bible illustration. I threw these in because I think that these are highly underappreciated from Simon's body of work. In a weird way, it's similar to Frazetta's pencil drawings that he did for Glenn Danzig for Verotic. I think in print, these maybe don't have as an impressive of a look. Frank said, they did a great job reproducing my pencils in this book. He goes, but if you see the originals, there's just something more to it. And because these are scanned right off the originals, I think that it does capture how really incredible these pieces are. Now, this could be a work in progress that he sold, like a prelim of some sort. There's a lot going on here for a prelim, but it is really phenomenal. This cape is just badass. Here's some of his. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, there was a couple of pieces that were credited to Keith Giffen and Bisley, so I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember if this was one of them, but it's still really cool. But yeah, I thought this would be fun. It was like a random thought that I had to do this. Okay, so this is a little I have to go like this and then squish this down a little bit. The for some reason, old heritage scans, the pixel ratio is a little funky, so sometimes you have to kind of squish them. When I'm opening a batch, I don't want to deal with like having to click a bunch of buttons while I'm doing it. This is really cool. He's the best at these back shots of like Batman and like Judge Dredd and stuff like that. They're so chunky and just like have such an attitude. At one point, I was pretty lucky. Scott Doombier, who is kind of the brainchild behind the artist edition books for IDW, he had a big stack of like Simon Bisley marker drawings, like a lot, like I don't even know, 80, 100 pieces of these pieces that were just things I think Simon drew. I don't even know what they were really from. But I made photocopies of them. So if I ever come across that pile of photocopies, I'll definitely snap photos and we can check them out. Because it's been a long time since I've seen them. But every once in a while I stumble upon this stack of black and white photocopies of just a bunch of sketches that are really, they're not online or anything, but they're really good. Some of them are really cool. This is awesome. But yeah, I mean, like Electra Assassin. But I mean, Bill did a lot of like wild shit. I always refer back to the Moby Dick book. I mean, obviously he did that Hendrix book. There's a few that are escaping my mind right now, but yeah, he had a few painted books that were just crazy. I always got the impression that Bisley seemed to respond to that. I don't know why. Just the pose of Lobo is just funny right here. It's like so funny. It's almost hard for me to tell what's going on. It's like, what is this? His shoulder? And he's like, I can't tell what is he holding someone. When I watch it back, I'll probably be able to tell. It's funny because I mean, one of like the projects that I thought Rob Liefeld was gonna do that was interesting that he didn't do a ton of it was Blood Wolf, and Blood Wolf kind of had like a Bisley vibe. But Blood Wolf had some potential. I thought even Chapel did in a way. I mean, Chapel, like Jay Lee, did a good job of that. I mean, Chapel had some interesting runs. But look at this. This is one of those Bible pieces. I just thought it was so nice that I wanted to share it. I think I grabbed 3. But they are great. I would have no problems seeing him just pump out stuff like this. This one's stretched a little bit. I'm not going to take the time to fix it. It's Bisley's another one where in the Painting with Fire documentary, it's always interesting to hear his thoughts on Frazetta and how Frazetta's work impacted him. God, this arm is sick. Looks like it's made of bronze. It's just crazy how it's lit and shiny. But yeah, Bisley said that, you know, he really just tried to get the power of Frank's work more than anything. The energy. I mean, obviously some of the painting techniques sort of filter over too, but this has got little Frazetta-isms in it. He's killing it with these capes. He's doing some really, really nice capes. Capes are their own little fun sort of drawing challenge. I haven't drawn enough to consider myself even semi-good at it, but I look forward to caping it up one day. This is cool. Oh, you know, I bet Dave McKean is an influence on Bisley too, to some extent. Sienkiewicz did that really great Batman 400 cover. I'm nearly sure it's him, that painted cover. It's really blue. That's so good. This is 10 minutes, so we don't have too many more of these. But, you know, and this one's stretched out a little bit. So if it looks a little elongated, it's a little tall. But save time not doing it. This is from Slain. Really love Slain. This is, I think, issue 3. Each issue, for sure, he did, I think, 5. Each issue, maybe it's 6, has some just insane good shit in it. Most of this is stuff that I could find online that were like pretty high-res scans off of the original art just because I thought it was interesting. This is really cool. Man, the tech and stuff like that is great. He definitely... I mean, Bisley to me looks like someone who maybe went to art school. His stuff is really solid, and he paints well, and he's got really good draftsman skills. So, if he could be self-taught, I kind of doubt it. He has too many of the fundamentals, like, just like really like locked in. And then again, he couples it with that wild. He has great hair too. It's very unique, but man, that is really cool. I love the pieces underneath the big strands. Really nice. Look at this. But yeah, because he can kind of do it all: airbrush, oil paint, acrylic, pen and ink. He's got really solid drawing skills, really good anatomy. think he dropped out of art school. Like, I think he went and was like, screw this. This is great too. But you can see it's wild. It's got a little bit of the kind of color palettes of Sienkiewicz and little things. It's got to kind of connect it to the theme of the video series that we're up to. Hopefully this is fun for people, and again, keep recommending things. I'm going to do another video tomorrow, and then the next day or next one will be a Patreon pick, and then we'll continue with this. And if you have any ideas for Super Fun Sunday, let me know too. I've been considering doing like classic Marvel, just like a grab bag of the best 70s and maybe early 80s Marvel stuff. Just have a nostalgia trip. I'll upload it on Saturday too, because Sunday is Mother's Day, and it just seems like it might be a good idea. There's a lot of shit that goes on Sundays. You wouldn't realize it until you have a show called Super Fun Sunday, and then you realize that we celebrate maybe not a ton of stuff, but Sundays definitely have blackout days. This is really cool. It's so, as someone who inked professionally for a long time, it's so fun to see someone who inks like this, because it's just more drawn than inked. He does a lot of the inking ideas though, but it's just like, man, there's not a lot of inkers, quote unquote, that ink other people's stuff and go in with this thing. Usually they're pencilers who are inking someone, and they just go nuts, like a Sienkiewicz or whoever it is, but that's not one that they teach you to do, because it won't come in very handy on too many people. You run a train like that on someone's pencil art, they're going to have a shit fit if they want it like more of a typical approach. And there's a lot of variables with that, but it was funny too. So this is not like the biggest crazy thing in the world, but there was a Neal Adams piece that we looked at where it definitely looked like he had referenced Clint Eastwood, and then in the Bill Sienkiewicz, his Punisher pin-up that he did had Clint Eastwood's face, and then here we've got Clint again. So that was a funny thing that I noticed, is that they all use Clint Eastwood. I mean, he's definitely got a very good face for a comic book hero, or sort of the bad guy hero. I think this is the last one. This is a great piece, man. It's so cool. I was a little tripping out on the scan though. I didn't understand like what this bit mapping was up here. Like I don't know if the whole scan is affected or if just that area got corrupted or something, but this is really cool. Is this Slayer? It looks like young Carrie King, and that looks like this has got to be Slayer, right? And that's Jeff Hanneman. No, and that's Dave Lombardo. That looks like Carrie King, and that does look like the singer. And that could be Hanneman, and then I guess maybe that's Dave Lombardo. I'm not sure. 1991. I think this is a Slayer piece. I'm gonna go with that. If not, it's something else. Oh wait, how many more do we have? I'm blowing it. Oh, okay, just 2. All right, so influence chain. We went from Neal Adams to Bill Sienkiewicz to Mr. BISLEY. Next video, man, I'm tempted. I might, I might do a change up. I was thinking about doing someone tomorrow, but I have someone that's definitely influenced by BISLEY and is really good. That doesn't get a lot of attention online, not as much as they should. So who knows? I might mix it up. You know what? I think I am. That'll be fun. It'll be fun for me. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Smash the like. If we get it to 200 likes, I will try to approach Simon BISLEY and ask him about if he would ever be interested in coming on for an interview. 100, we'll do a longer video. And I haven't reached out to anyone yet. I was very, very busy the last couple of weeks. Next week, I'll start to hit these people up and then look at how many videos broke 100 to do longer videos of. And those will probably be Super Fun Sundays as we move along. So, all right, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye. We may have to bump up the 100 to something though, because the thing is if as the channel grows, 100 isn't going to be like such a significant amount of likes. I'd run out of Super Fun Sundays, because if every, you know what I mean. So But for right now, 100 is we'll do a longer video of the artist. Okay, later.